Tori Stafford was a bright and bubbly 8-year-old girl who loved animals, playing outside and spending time with her family. Described as kind and full of life, Tori was close to her family and excited for the summer ahead. But on the afternoon of April 8, 2009, Tori's life was tragically cut short when she was abducted just outside her elementary school in the quiet town of Woodstock, Ontario. Tori had walked home from school many times before, but she never made it home that day. As hours passed and Tori didn't arrive home, her family quickly realized something was wrong. Frantic, they began searching the neighborhood and contacted the police. What started as a local search effort soon escalated into a full-scale investigation, with Tori's picture circulated nationwide. The community of Woodstock was on high alert, with everyone fearing the worst. A grainy surveillance video showed Tori walking with a woman in a white jacket near her school just before she disappeared. The footage became the centerpiece of the investigation as police raced to identify the woman in the video. As the investigation progressed, police identified the woman in the surveillance footage as 18-year-old Terry Lynn McClintic, a troubled young woman with a history of violence and drug use. McClintic was brought in for questioning, and under pressure, she made a shocking confession. McClintic admitted that she had lured Tori away from her school and that her boyfriend, Michael Rafferty, was the mastermind behind the abduction. According to McClintic, the couple had been driving around looking for a young girl to abduct. McClintic approached Tori, pretending to be a friendly face, and convinced her to walk with her. Tori, unaware of the danger she was in, trusted McClintic and got into Rafferty's car. What happened next is almost too horrific to comprehend. McClintic and Rafferty drove Tori to a remote location outside of Woodstock, where Rafferty sexually assaulted the young girl. After the assault, McClintic claimed she struck Tori in the head with a hammer, killing her. The couple then buried Tori's body in a secluded field and covered it with rocks. For weeks, Tori's family and the nation held out hope that she might still be found alive. But on July 19, 2009, those hopes were shattered when McClintic led police to Tori's remains in a rural area near Mount Forest, Ontario. The discovery of her body confirmed the worst. The little girl who had once lit up her family's life had been brutally murdered. In 2010, Terry Lynn McClintic pleaded guilty to first-degree murder. Her testimony provided critical details about the crime and raised questions about her role. While McClintic admitted to luring Tori and delivering the fatal blow, she claimed that Rafferty was the driving force behind the abduction and assault. Michael Rafferty, however, maintained his innocence, but the evidence against him was overwhelming. During his 2012 trial, the prosecution presented DNA evidence, internet searches from Rafferty's phone, and McClintic's testimony, which painted a clear picture of his involvement in the crime. The jury found Rafferty guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and sexual assault causing bodily harm. Both McClintic and Rafferty were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 25 years, a sentence that provided some closure for Tori's grieving family and community. Tori's murder left a deep scar on the community of Woodstock and the entire nation of Canada. The senseless cruelty of the crime stunned the public, and many struggled to understand how two people could commit such an atrocity against an innocent child. In the wake of Tori's death, her family became advocates for child protection, urging for stronger laws and harsher penalties for those who harm children. The case also raised significant questions about rehabilitation and the treatment of violent offenders. In 2018, it was revealed that McClintic had been transferred to a healing lodge, sparking public outrage. Tori's family, along with many Canadians, called for reforms to ensure that individuals convicted of heinous crimes are not allowed to serve their sentences in more lenient facilities. The abduction and murder of Tori Stafford is one of the most heartbreaking and tragic cases in Canadian history. It serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of children and the unimaginable cruelty that can exist in the world. Though justice was served, the pain of losing Tori will forever haunt her family and the community of Woodstock. Let us remember Tori not only for the tragedy of her death, but for the joy she brought to those who loved her. And let her story remind us of the importance of protecting the innocent and seeking justice for those who can no longer speak for themselves. What are your thoughts on the tragic case of Tori Stafford? How can we ensure that cases like this never happen again? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.